I do, of course, also need to make a video seriously talking about Charlottesville, now that I'm not, about to fall over dead from sleep. And now that kind of the fallout of it has kind of progressed a little bit. And but mostly what I'm going to be addressing is what a lot of people on the right and a lot of people on the left have been describing as, a lack of free speech, okay? They're like, look at all this doxing and violence and just, being so rude. That's against free speech. And I'm going to tell them why. One, that's not true. And two, even if that was true, that doesn't matter. Because free speech, as like this blanket statement to say, you should be able to say whatever you want, is not smart. And it's kind of stupid, actually. But as to proving it not true, first of all, the rules. Free speech doesn't cover all speech. If you can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater when there's no fire, you can't threaten someone with clear and present danger or whatever. Those things do not technically count as free speech. And everybody pretty much agrees with this. The thing is that a lot of people don't think that that would apply to a political belief, despite the fact that Nazism or fascism or white nationalism or any kind of, more nice-sounding name that they would call themselves, those people's beliefs, they do call for direct violence. Whether that's, literal violence, going and killing minorities, physically displacing them, that's violence as well. Even just, attacking, trying to destroy their culture, that's not physical violence necessarily, but that is definitely a form of violence, and one that is almost more so than the other ones fucking evil. So yes, fascism in and of itself, and the things that it, believes, the parts of its doctrine, are inherently threatening, mostly to people of color and other, minority groups, the queer community, stuff like that. So it doesn't count as free speech. And even if it did, even if we had completely unrestricted free speech, you could say literally whatever you want, and no one cares, legally speaking, that is a bad thing. Especially, given the fucking, especially with fascism. Because we in, I would want to say the West, but I, can't necessarily speak to other, like, European countries or something, but in America, at least, we kind of have this, fetishization, I'm going to say that word again, fetishization of the open marketplace of ideas, which we think that if an idea is good, people will like it, it'll rise to the top, and it'll be good. Which is very much not how it works. People say, oh, you get things like communism and fascism and all these evil, stuff, when people aren't allowed to, think whatever they want, and you feed them a bunch of propaganda and all that stuff. Well, Hitler was democratically elected. The Soviet Union was a popularly backed revolution. All these things. Basically no authoritarian regime, no regime that, you yourself would not like, comes to power completely without help from the people. So the open marketplace of ideas does not reward the actual best ideas. It rewards the ideas that play off of people's wants and desires. And it just so happens that fascism, white nationalism, again, whatever, plays well off of white people's psychologies. Because recently in America, in certain places, we've been a bit more honest, open, and aware about the fucked up shit that both white people and America specifically have done to people of color in the past. And that bums some white people out. They're like, man, I can't be proud of nothing no more. We had to kill like a bajillion Indians just to go across America, man. I don't even care about that. I just, you could feel guilty about it, and some white people do, and they just take that gut feeling of guilt, and they're like, that is not a good feeling. I do not like that. Therefore, it has no validity. And fascism preys perfectly on, feelings like that. Feeling like, this is unfair. I shouldn't feel guilty and stuff. And they're like, yeah, you're right. You should be proud of your heritage. You're like even better than those dumb black people. And like, wait, dumb black people? Why's that? Oh no. Just look at you see, we got some intelligence tests here. We got some IQ tests here. And as you can see, it shows that black people are actually genetically inferior. And the guy's like, well, I'm not 100% sure about that. They're like, no. Think about it. Why is Africa such shit? It's definitely not because of colonialism. It's definitely because black people are stupid. Okay, name one empire to come out of Africa. You can't. Gotcha. Checkmate. Okay? And that's kind of how it works. It doesn't, the YouTube channel An Actual Joke, the woman who runs that, she made a really good point. I think it was her. She said that, fucking fascism does not come in to a political discourse talking about racial genocide. That's not how it starts. It comes in talking about, hey, we need to make our people proud again and fix the stuff that's bad. Yeah. Especially, with a hard racial kind of angle to it. Making white people proud again, taking back white culture and heritage. So even if these people are not coming in saying they're fascists or Nazis or white nationalists, and even if they're not advocating for, racial genocide, you can very much see the beginnings of that in their rhetoric. It's very similar to the Nazi Party's rise in Germany. So yes, even though in the open marketplace of ideas, fascism can still win. Not because it's a good idea. In fact, it's like the worst idea. But because it preys upon people's weaknesses and their ego and their desire to feel proud of themselves. But yeah, that's why free speech is kind of a dubious thing. And you always have to be skeptical of whether something deserves to actually be said. Whether it's good for, people. Whether it's, rhetorically sound. Whether it's well thought out. And whether it's ethically right. So yeah. I'm really proud of Antifa and all the other non-leftist people that fucking fought in Charlottesville. That was cool. That was a good moment. And I think, leftists are making a lot of ground at the moment. And the alt-right is being kind of vilified with the whole Charlottesville thing. So I'm down with that. That's good.